right, good morning. And indeed, let's bring you some of the latest on the COVID-19 update here on Breakfast Central. We're going straight to Ghana. Well, Ghana's health service, GHS, says at least 136 students in a high school have been infected with the COVID-19 Delta variant. According to the Director General of the GHS, Patrick Kuma Agbaye, 136 out of the 550 samples taken among students in Ashimota School came out positive during the latest national COVID-19 update. Agbaye said 3 students from the school went to the hospital last month with symptoms of influenza, but ended up with testing positive for COVID-19. Ghana first confirmed 6 cases of the COVID-19 Delta variant among passengers arriving in the country on the 22nd of June. Now, as of yesterday, the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in the country has now increased to over 96,000. In Uganda, what else is happening there? The country has introduced new penalties for offenders of the country's COVID-19 prevention procedures, a statutory instrument dubbed Public Health Control of COVID-19 Rules 2021, signed by the Health Minister Ruth Aseng, said that if one is found guilty of not wearing a facial mask while in public places, he or she will face a jail term of 2 months. Now, the instrument also said that any COVID-19 positive individual who escapes from a designated isolation unit faces imprisonment for 2 months on conviction. It also added that individuals who convene a public gathering to hold weddings, open closed facilities such as bars and disco halls, break the 1900-hour curfew, or breaks the transport ban also gets 2 months in jail on conviction. Okay, Tanzania. Now, the health authorities there has urged management of schools and other learning institutions to strictly observe COVID-19 protective guidelines as they reopen. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health, Abel Makubi, during a news conference in the capital, Dodoma, said school authorities should install facilities for washing of hands with soap and water and ensure that face masks and sanitizers are available and used at all times. He also added that health status of students should be monitored frequently. Recall that on June 29th, Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan warned that the third wave of the pandemic has already swept across the country, in which there are more than 100 COVID-19 patients admitted to the hospitals. Let's go straight down to the figures here on the African continent. As according to the African CDC, the continent has reported over 5.3 million cases with over 140,000 deaths. Now, tests carried out so far expect at over 52 million, while the number of recovery stands at over 4.7 million. Before we go quickly, just coming through breaking news. So the Speaker of the Mozambican Parliament, Esperança Bias, has gone into self-isolation after she tested positive to COVID-19. Alyssa, those are some of the major stories on the pandemic on the continent this morning right here on Breakfast Central.
Well, thank you very much, Israel, for the latest when it comes to the figures of COVID-19 across Africa, vaccinations, and yes, the challenges of the campaign. But thank you once again, Israel.